Hi, it's Amy with Intuitive Coaching with Amy Radio, and this is your sacred space for spirituality, intuition, manifestation, metaphysical wisdom, and personal development. Today, I want to talk about being psychic and manifesting. So, I want to talk to my psychics, my intuitives, my spiritually sensitive people about a very specific experience that can happen on your manifestation journey. So, what happens when you are calling something into your life and you tune in psychically and you do not sense it? You don't see it, you don't feel it, you're not hearing signs that it's on the way, you're not getting an inner knowing that it's going to happen. What does that mean? So, this show is for those who use their psychic abilities as a part of their spiritual practice. I know that not everyone experiences intuition in this way, but for those that receive predictive information, this show is for you. I want to talk about the relationship between being a manifester and being a psychic, because this is something I have personally experienced many times. There have been moments when I deeply desired something and I tuned in. Mind you, I've been working the desire. I've been taking action. I've been doing my spiritual practice around it. I've been setting myself up to receive. And when I connected to it psychically, tuned in psychically, I didn't sense it. I didn't see it. I didn't feel it. Like, I'm still working it. And of course, I believe it's possible, but I'm psychically not sensing it's near. And I've learned something incredibly valuable through those experiences. Just because you are not psychically sensing your manifestation does not mean it's impossible. It does not mean spirit has said no, and it does not mean your desire is wrong. It means there is an opportunity to become more aware of your own energy and your ability to receive. So when I can't sense something that I desire, I began exploring what is happening within me. I ask myself, what energy am I holding that's preventing me from connecting with this possibility? Because manifestation is about becoming the person who can receive what you desire. And sometimes there are old stories that need to be released, or beliefs that need to be examined, or fears or disappointments or past experiences are influencing what is possible, or your vibration is just too low. And so that just means you have a little bit of work to do. So it doesn't mean you can't have what you want. It means you need to go within and do the work. So what I do, the first place I go is if I'm not sensing it. I want to be clear here. This show is about when you're not sensing it, like it's not going to happen, right? So if I was reading for somebody and they came to me and they're like, Amy, I want this, this, and this, and I tune in psychically and offer them a prediction and I'm not seeing it, that's what I'm talking about. If I'm doing the same thing to myself. Now, there are often times when a manifestation just feels like right now I'm in the middle of a manifestation that just feels white. Like I'm not seeing no, I'm not seeing yes. It just feels white, right? I'm not talking about those moments. I'm talking about when you don't see it. So what do you do? So first and foremost, I go within and I pay attention to my thoughts. I become aware of whatever is going on in my mind more than anything. And even more than that, I just start replacing what's going on in my mind. I start praying. I've said many times on this program, I'm deeply connected to the Lord's Prayer. So I'll start reciting that like over and over and over and over again throughout my day. And this is in addition to all of my spiritual practices that I do. I do take a look at the stories I'm repeating. So I may be doing releasing lists where I'm just writing out what I'm thinking, my thoughts. I'll do forgiveness lists more. I also notice the way I speak to myself throughout the day. I look at where um, my words might be creating resistance. I also look at where I can create more openness. Maybe I do need to clean out some clutter. Maybe there is something I've been putting off that needs to get done. I pull out all the stops essentially. Because if I'm not sensing a manifestation that I deeply desire, I know there's something within me that needs attention. And that is where your manifestation practices become incredibly powerful. And then often I'll pull out a new practice. I'll get on YouTube and I'll find somebody who's presents a new practice to me. I think all practices work, and so I'll do that. I will also tap. Pull out all the stops when you're not psychically sensing. You're psychically sensing it's a no around your desire. And so what your focus becomes like matching your energy to what you're calling in. So you're matching your energy to receiving. You become intentional about what you're thinking, what you're saying, what you're feeling. Essentially, you manifest, right? And that's my point, is just because you're not sensing it does not mean it's not meant for you or it's not going to happen. It just means it's time to get to work. And I believe this so strongly, and it connects to my perspective on divine timing, that divine timing is really more about us than it is about waiting on God. Because there have been so many moments in my life where I'm not sensing psychically my desire coming, and then I shift my energy. And it doesn't need to be a big deal. Like, it's not like this took weeks. I mean, I can do this in a day. Shift my energy, really say like, no, I'm not going to commit to that story anymore. I change the way I'm thinking about it. I will be honest about this. This is where I do force myself. I force myself out of fear. The fear, it's like, oh, nothing works out for me. That one, like I force myself out of that. And then things start to shift externally. Something shows up, an idea shows up. I act on that idea, and it's like bop, bop, bop after that. But I think that's all a part of the manifestation journey, right? Is that we do have the power to create our reality using our energy. And so what I would say to you is, if you are someone who deeply trusts your psychic abilities and you're tuning in, you're not sensing your manifestation, just see that as valuable information and go deeper into your manifestation practice. Pull out all the stops. Definitely, though, look at what's going on in your mind that's creating resistance, like those day-to-day thoughts that you just kind of let hang out, or that that fear that's based on something you experienced in the past, and you're like, oh, that could be a possibility. That all of that can carry a very strong vibration, especially if you've not questioned it. If it's just been sitting in your mind for some time, that's just the way it is, then that's one where that's probably holding a very strong frequency that's getting in the way of your manifestation flowing to you. Again, we're operating under the mindset that you have been working on this manifestation. I know that there are some people that just ask for things, or wouldn't it be nice, and they're not working the manifestation. I'm not talking necessarily to you. That's a great place to start. I'm talking for the people who have been working manifestation, and you're tuning in to see like, okay, where am I at in relationship to that desire manifesting into form, and you're using your psychic abilities and you're not sensing it. Essentially, like you feel like you're sensing it's a no. Well, I'm here to say you can shift anything energetically. I've been saying this for years to people around psychic readings, is that I think a prediction is beautiful and wonderful and amazing because it's telling you you have the power to change this. Whatever energetic state you're in right now, you can shift out of that and create exactly what you desire. So see it as valuable information, not the gospel, not a truth. You can always shift your energy around. Always, always, always. So the information is valuable. It invites you to go deeper. It invites you to shift where you need to shift. And sometimes it might be taking action. Sometimes it might be the energy behind the action you're taking. For those of you who are action oriented like myself, like I said, I'm an Aries, type A Aries. So I understand action. I love things moving forward. But there are moments when the most powerful shift happens within you. And so that's where I would say do some type of releasing work. Definitely do some releasing work. And another piece that I'll add to this is if you are shifting your approach, maybe you've been manifesting a certain way for so long and you're like, hey, this approach is just, I want to shift my approach. That's one where you might tune in and not see it psychically either. But it doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that you're taking a different approach. So take a different approach. So keep doing the work, keep showing up, and trust the approach. Your intuition and your manifestation abilities are deeply connected. Your ability to imagine something new is a part of your creative power. Your ability to sense possibilities is a part of your spiritual gifts. Your intuition gives you information, but you are still an active participant in creating your future. So if you're listening to this and there's a manifestation that you can't psychically sense, I want you to become curious instead of sad. I wish somebody had told me this a long time ago because yeah, like I wish somebody had told me this a long time ago because I just, like, sure, yes, I know. I've always known, like, yeah, you can shift energy around. No psychic prediction is set in stone. But I didn't realize to the degree to which I understand it now that you can easily turn what appears to be a no into a yes, using all of your practices and being committed to the end result and not giving up. So what energy are you holding? What story are you repeating? Clean that up. What would you need to believe so that you can receive what you want? And really think about, okay, what does it take? What does it take? And at the end of the day, you can always just tap into, I have an oh hell no moment where I'm like, oh hell no, this is going to work. I'm not accepting anything less than my desire. So let's get to it. And that doesn't necessarily mean I take a whole bunch of action. It may be just, for me, when I get to that point, I might be like, girl, go do some self-care and get some sleep, wake up in the morning, commit to your spiritual practice, do what you need to do. And then I find that things start to shift, but I have to have that kind of click of like, oh no, this is definitely going to work out for me. And I think that's what you're picking up on psychically is that maybe you haven't made that core decision within you. You're moving towards it. You're believing in it. You're hoping everything works out. But hope psychically, it doesn't have a strong frequency. Like I know it's a higher vibrational feeling, but I call it a pass-through feeling. Like you move through hope to get to the higher places. So yeah, I think that is all a part of it. So your psychic abilities are a gift. Your intuition is a gift. You have the ability to create and manifest, which is also a gift. And so simply just receive, but you're not just receiving information about your future. You're receiving information so that you can participate in your future. So never give up on your manifestation. Stay connected, stay open, stay curious. And if you get a prediction where you're like, oof, and that can come in a lot of different forms. There are certain cards in my deck where I'm like, ooh, I know what that's saying. Trust it. Trust it. If you're pulling a card and you're asking like, hey, is this guy going to ask me out on a date and you get a forgiveness card, That's telling you something. Go do some forgiveness work. You probably need to clear out some exes. I have a beautiful exercise to help you clear out exes and bring all the men to the door. So nothing is set in stone. Honor it. It doesn't mean you disregard it. That is still valuable spiritual information, and treat it as such and show up for it. Show up for it, do what it's telling you to do, and you'll find that, oh, now I have what I want. It really is that easy. So trust that you can shift your energy and become available for whatever you desire at any given moment. All right. I've rambled about this enough. I think it's just fascinating. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. So I experienced it enough where I'm like, okay, I can talk about it now. I can talk about being psychic and manifesting. All right. So if you've been listening to my podcast, you want more for yourself. Cool. I am here to support you. I know you can psychically sense that there's more available to you. You are right. So now is your time. Now is your time to move the dial. And just listening to inspired content is probably not getting you to where you want to be as quickly as you want to be there. So now you got to actively apply these principles on a day-to-day basis in a really consistent way so you receive everything that you are sensing. I'm talking about people with big, beautiful, amazing dreams. And this is where you and I come together. This marks my 16th year anniversary as an intuitive coach. It's also my 16th year. July is my 16th year anniversary of this show. And for these 16 years, I have been helping people bridge the gap between their desire and form, and using spiritual insight to create real life results. And I get it. It can be very difficult to apply this wisdom in a way that creates immediate forward momentum. So for 90 days, you and I will focus on what you want to create. You'll bring your dreams, your desires, your questions, your frustrations, your decisions, your struggles. And in these sessions, we will explore the spiritual, intuitive, and energetic aspects of your situation that may not yet be clear. And we'll uncover your next right steps, help you grow and strengthen your already powerful intuition, help you match your thoughts and energy and actions with what you want to manifest. It'll be fun. It'll be work. It'll be even more fun if you have a vision. You are like, Amy, I'm so ready for this. I am so ready for this. This is what I want to create. Yeah, I'll be your spiritual ally. I'll tune in psychically and I'll translate that guidance into practical action that creates real results for you. So whether you desire greater income, financial freedom, a thriving business, a loving romantic relationship, better health, releasing weight, completing a creative or passion project, or becoming your best self more of the time, we stay focused on your vision until your outer life reflects what you have been sensing is true for you all along. Enrollment for my 3-month intuitive coaching package is officially open. I'm accepting 13 new clients. Enrollment closes when all 13 spots are filled. And yeah, it's Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde to me is a beautiful time to return to what your inner wisdom has already been telling you to do and do it. So if you've been thinking about working with me, if you've been going to my website and looking and saying, I don't know, or if you've been waiting for the right moment, this is it. I invite you to commit to your big happy change and build something beautiful. My door is wide open. Welcome home. Go to intuitivecoachingwithamy.com, and under Work with Amy, you'll find the 3-month intuitive coaching package. Enroll today, transform your life with greater ease. It is an honor to help you create what you desire most. Thank you so much for listening to this show. I pray this message was useful for my psychics out there. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.